Take this loan, for instance, George. To a man named Ernie Bishop. I happen to know that the bank rejected this loan. Most of these loans are subprime mortgages.
Mr. Potter, I know Mr. Bishop. I can personally vouch for the merits of the loan.
Now, George,
I can personally vouch for his character.
His character, George, is irrelevant,
Mr. Potter,
because it lacked the financial merits and documentation for income and citizenship.
Now, Mr. Potter, I thought stated income was the way to go because we could get around the actual paperwork.
That's the problem, George. These subprime loans of yours are going to bankrupt us.
Mr. Potter.
Fixed rate on stated income. Now, George,
Mr. Potter, what makes you so mean?
George, now who's responsible for losing this?
The one.
No, not you, George. The other George.
Now, Mr. Potter.
Do you know what this means? It means the state is not going to be able to pay its people. And bankruptcies will be record amounts, but we'll still have a massive trade deficit with China.
George, when China owns this country,
you print a whole bunch more and then give it a fancy name like warrants, or you don't understand. I mean, the money's not here.
Confounded man, who's responsible?
It was Uncle Billy.
It's a pickle, George. It is a pickle. You being a fictional character, you do sort of, somehow resemble John McCain.
Now, George, you're off on a tangent. They're not my billions.
Well, they're somebody's billions, Mr. Potter. And in fact, it's almost $1 trillion.
Holy mackerel.
Wish I had $1 trillion. Hot dog.
Do you have any references, George?
Now, Mr. Potter.
Pop culture references. Political figures.
I brought in 2 ex-presidents, and it's really just a publicity stunt for an actor named Mark Alcofer.
Self-promotional hogwash, George, put forth by a bunch of starry-eyed dreamers like yourself. Who in blazes is Mark Alcofer? What are you talking about?
It's this demo reel.
Merry Christmas. George Bailey, have you been drinking again with Mr. Gower? Confounded man, none of your dialogue makes any sense to anyone. If you don't finish a decent parody of It's a Wonderful Life by Christmas Eve, you will never get a voiceover agent.
Now, Mr. Potter, these are things that are hard to think of, but it's been done so many times.
This is a sketch going nowhere.
Mr. Potter, do you know how long it takes an amateur animator to make a 3-minute short? To draw every frame yourself? Even with today's technology. Would it be too much for him to have a decent microphone and a sound system? Well, in the actual movie, my father wouldn't have thought so. These things take time, but I'm off track here. Bring it together somehow and make some sort of references come together in a sort of modern pop culture way. I've lost my way.
Oh, George! It's a miracle, George. They printed $8 trillion. Merry Christmas.
Ben Bernanke, Bernie, Madoff,
Mr. Ponzi.
A break of the handcuffs, George.
It was his scheme, George. I had to go all the way to Wikipedia to find him.
It's an email from London.
Georgie.
George, my office authorized to print you $8 trillion. And or euros.
Merry Christmas.
Semicolon, parentheses, hee-haw, and Merry Christmas, Sam Wainwright.